Ever wonder why you see so many old Subarus still on the road? Those 2005 Outbacks and 2010 Foresters with 250,000 miles. It's not luck. Subarus are built differently, especially those boxer engines. But here's the truth. Even the best Subaru won't make it past 150,000 miles without proper care. I've worked on Subarus for over 15 years, and I've seen pristine Outbacks with seized engines at 120,000 miles. Why? Because the owner skipped one critical maintenance step. In this video, I'm sharing 11 essential tips that separate 300,000 miles Subarus from junkyard casualties. No fancy equipment needed, just the right maintenance at the right time. So, stick around because these insider tips will save you thousands in engine and transmission repairs. Let's get into it. Number 1. Change your oil every 3,500 to 4,000 miles. Alright, here's where I lose half the internet, but I don't care because it's the truth. Subaru says 6,000 m between oil changes. I say that's pushing it, especially on turbocharged model. I've pulled apart too many EJ25 engines with sludge buildup at 80,000 miles. You know what they all had in common? Owners who followed the 6,000 miles interval religiously. The boxer engine design means oil doesn't drain as completely as inline engines. Some oil always sits in those horizontal cylinders between changes. That oil breaks down faster, especially if you do a lot of short trips. Here's my rule. Change oil every 3,500 to 4,000 miles for turbocharged engines and every 4,000 to 5,000 miles for naturally aspirated. Use full synthetic always. Subaru recommends 0W20 for most newer models, 5W30 for older ones. Stick with it. And yes, always change the oil filter too. I've seen people try to reuse filters to save $8. That dirty filter sends contaminated oil right back through your engine. A DIY oil change costs maybe $40 with synthetic oil. Compare that to a $6,000 short block replacement. Trust me on this one. Your Subaru's boxer engine needs clean oil more than any other design out there. Number 2, don't ignore the head gasket warning signs. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, head gaskets. If you own a 1996 to 2011 Subaru with the EJ25 engine, you know exactly what I'm talking about. These engines are famous for head gasket failures between 100,000 and 150,000 miles. But here's what most people don't know. You can catch it early and prevent catastrophic damage. Watch for these signs. White smoke from the exhaust on cold starts. Sweet smell of coolant after driving. Mysterious coolant loss with no visible leaks. Overheating, especially on highway drives. Bubbles in the overflow tank when the engine's running. If you catch these early, you might get away with just a head gasket replacement around $1,500 to $2,000. Wait too long and you're looking at warped heads, ruined cylinders, and a complete engine rebuild. Here's my pro tip. If you own a pre-202 Outback or Forester, do a preventive head gasket replacement at 100,000 miles. I know that sounds extreme, but it's cheaper than being stranded with a blown gasket on a road trip. And when you do replace them, use the updated multi-layer steel gaskets, not the original composite ones. Don't let that be your car. Number 3, service your CVT transmission properly. Subaru CVTs are either bulletproof or problematic. Depending on one thing, maintenance. I've seen CVTs go 300,000 miles without issues. I've also seen them fail at 60,000 miles. It loses its ability to create the friction needed for smooth operation. Here's how to do it right. Change CVT fluid every 30,000 miles. No exceptions. Always use genuine Subaru CVT fluid or Idemitsu CVT Type C. Do a simple drain and fill, not a flush. Check the fluid level after the first 100 m. The drain and fill only replaces about 3.5 quarts out of 11, but that's enough to keep things healthy. A full flush can actually cause problems by loosening deposits that then clog valves. This service costs about $150 at a shop, maybe $60 if you DIY a new CVT. That's $4,500 to $6,000. I know which one I'd choose. Number 4, replace spark plugs at $60,000. Subaru might say 100,000 miles for spark plugs, but I'm telling you 60,000 miles. Why the difference? Because Subaru engines run hotter than most, especially the turbos. And those spark plugs sit horizontally in the engine, making them more prone to carbon buildup. I've pulled 100,000-mile spark plugs from Subarus that looked like they were coated in tar. Those engines were misfiring. Here's what to look for. Misfires, or rough, idle, sluggish acceleration. Check engine light for cylinder misfires. Pro tip: when replacing plugs on a turbocharged engine, also check the ignition coils. Those can fail around 80,000 to 100,000 miles. And here's something critical. Use anti-seize on the threads. Spark plugs can seize aluminum heads, especially on horizontally opposed engines where moisture can collect. I've had to extract broken spark plugs that seized after just 5 years. It's a nightmare job that costs $300 to $500. Number 5. Keep your cooling system pristine. Your Subaru's cooling system is working overtime. That boxer engine runs hot, and the cooling system has to work harder because of the engine's layout. Coolant flows horizontally instead of vertically, which means air pockets can form easier. Skip coolant maintenance, and you're gambling with your engine's life. I recommend a full coolant flush every 30,000 m or 3 years. Not just topping it off, a complete drain, flush, and refill. Use only Subaru Super Coolant or equivalent pentarostic coolant. The wrong coolant can eat away at aluminum components, especially the radiator and heater core. Here's my process. Check coolant level monthly, especially in winter. Look for rust or oil contamination in the overflow tank. Pressure test the system annually for leaks. Replace radiator hoses every 100,000 miles. Inspect the radiator cap. They wear out and lose pressure. And don't forget the thermostat. These often stick open or closed around 80,000 to 100,000 miles. Symptoms include slow warm-up times or overheating in traffic. A stuck thermostat costs $200 to replace. A warped cylinder head from overheating. That's $3,000 minimum. Number 6. Service the rear differential and transfer case. If you drive an AWD Subaru, and let's face it, that's most of them, you've got fluids that need changing. The rear differential and transfer case work constantly to send power to all 4 wheels. Those gears generate heat and wear, creating metal particles in the fluid. Leave that dirty fluid in there, and those gears will eat themselves alive. I've seen rear differentials seize up, causing catastrophic transmission failure, all because someone never changed the fluid. Here's the schedule. First, change at 30,000 miles. This gets all the break-in metal out. After that, every 50,000 miles for normal driving. Every 30,000 miles, if you tow or drive in extreme conditions, use genuine Subaru gear oil or equivalent 80W90GL5. The transfer case uses either the same gear oil or ATF, depending on your model. Check your owner's manual. This is an easy DIY job if you're comfortable getting under the car. Total cost for fluids, maybe $60. Cost of a destroyed rear differential, $2,500 to $3,500. If you made it this far, then consider liking this video, giving it a thumbs up, and subscribing to my channel. This helps me bring you more honest car advice. Number 7. Replace your timing belt before it's too late. Not all Subarus have timing belts, but if yours does, this is non-negotiable. Most 4-cylinder Subarus from 2012 and earlier use a timing belt, and they're interference engines. Know what that means? If the belt breaks, the pistons slam into the valves, destroying your engine instantly. I've seen it happen at 90,000 miles, 100,000 miles, even 120,000 miles. Every single time the owner said, "I was going to do it next month." Now they're looking at a $5,000 to $8,000 engine rebuild. Replace your timing belt at 100,000 miles or 10 years, whichever comes first. Yes, 10 years. Even if you've only driven 50,000 miles, the rubber deteriorates with age, not just mileage. And when you replace the belt, do the full job. Timing belt, water pump. They often fail right after belt replacement, but it prevents a $6,000 engine disaster. Also, here's a tip most people miss. After replacing the timing belt, check the cam and crank seals. These often leak around the same time. Number 8. Don't skip air filter changes. This seems basic, but you'd be surprised how many people ignore it. Your Subaru's boxer engine needs good air flow to run efficiently. A clogged air filter starves the engine of oxygen, causing rich fuel mixture, carbon buildup, and poor performance. I've seen air filters that looked like they'd been through a dust storm. Those engines were getting 4 to 5 m per gallon less and struggling on hills. Replace your engine air filter every 15,000 m or annually, more often if you drive on dirt roads. And don't forget the cabin air filter. That one affects your health more than the engine, but a clogged one can make your AC work twice as hard. Replace it every 20,000 m or when you start smelling musty odors. Both filters are easy. Do-it-yourself jobs. The engine air filter usually takes 5 minutes. Total cost for both filters under $30. Way cheaper than dealing with carbon buildup or a failed AC blower motor. Number 9. Monitor and address oil consumption. Here's the uncomfortable truth about Subaru engines, especially the FB series from 2011 onward. They can burn oil, sometimes a lot of oil. It's not a defect you can always fix, but you can manage it. I've seen Foresters burning a quart every 1,000 miles. Run low on oil just once, and you risk catastrophic engine failure. Check your oil level for every other fill-up. Seriously, make it a habit. If you're burning more than a quart every 3,000 miles, you've got an issue. First, try switching to a thicker oil. If your manual says 0W20, try 5W30. It might help with consumption. Replace the PCV valve every 60,000 miles. A clogged PCV can increase oil consumption dramatically. Check for external leaks, valve covers, oil pan, rear main seal. Sometimes what looks like consumption is actually a slow leak. And if your engine is still under the extended warranty for oil consumption, some 2011 to 2015 models, document everything and file a claim. Subaru has replaced entire short blocks under warranty. Number 10. Service your brakes properly. Subaru brakes work hard, especially if you drive in mountains or tow. That AWD system means all 4 brakes engage simultaneously, unlike some 2W vehicles that rely more on front brakes. But here's what most people get wrong. They wait until the brakes are grinding before replacing them. By then, you've damaged the rotors, calipers, and sometimes the ABS sensors. Replace brake pads when they hit 3 mm thickness. Most new pads are 10 to 12 mm, so you've got plenty of life at 3 mm, but waiting until 1 mm, that's when you start damaging other components. Resurface or replace rotors every other pad change. Warped rotors cause pulsation and uneven pad wear. Bleed your brake fluid every 2 years. Old fluid absorbs moisture, which lowers the boiling point and can cause brake fade. If your rear brakes wear out way faster than fronts, or vice versa, have the valve checked. Good brakes aren't just about stopping power. They protect your transmission, wheel bearings, and control arms from impact damage. Number 11. Use Subaru-specific or equivalent quality parts. This is where people try to save money and end up spending more. Subaru engines are unique, and they need specific parts designed for their quirks. Aftermarket MAF sensors that cause rough idle and poor fuel economy. Generic coolant that ate through the radiator in 2 years. When it comes to critical components, stick with OEM or known quality equivalents. For oil filters, Subaru OEM Mobile 1 or Fram Ultra. For coolant, Subaru Supercoolant or Pento Frosty. For CVT fluid, Subaru Genuine or Domitsu Type C. For spark plugs, NGK or Denso to Subaru specs. I'm not saying you need dealer parts for everything, but research before buying the cheapest option on Amazon. Read reviews from other Subaru owners. Check forums like Naziok or SubaruOutback.org because saving $15 on a part that causes a $500 problem isn't really saving anything. And here's the thing about Subaru. They reward proper care. Treat them right with quality fluids and parts, and they'll run forever. Cheap out, and you'll be shopping for a new car in 5 years. Your Subaru is built to last, but only if you give it what it needs. These 11 tips aren't just suggestions. They're the difference between selling a 300,000-mile Subaru or junking it at 150,000. I've seen both outcomes too many times. Follow this maintenance schedule. Use quality parts, and your Outback or Forester will outlast your car payment by a decade. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to watch this next video as we're sharing insider tips to help you cut repair costs and keep your car running like new.